Hey, beautiful people, back again today with a quick copywriting tip. Though here's a hint, this can work for more than just copywriters. So I'm going to tell you today how to get paid twice, not just once, but twice, and give tremendous value in the process and really not have to work any harder to do it. So let's begin right now. We're going to do this with 4 simple steps, right? And the first step is your initial consultation. Now, whatever service you're providing, you're probably going to have some kind of a conversation with your initial exchange with a client or a potential client, where you're going to talk about what it is that they are trying to accomplish, what are some of their goals. Maybe you're going to take a quick look at their website or their design, whatever it is that you're doing. And again, this could work if you're working with corporations, if you're doing corporate consulting, if you're doing business consulting, if you're a copywriter, if you're a web designer, any of these things, any of the services could be done this way. So you're going to give that initial consultation, and that consultation should be short, maybe 15, 20 minutes, no more than 30 at the very most. And you're going to elicit some of their goals, some of their really reasons why, their deeper reasons why they want to do the thing that they're doing. There's a lot of things I could teach you about that, but today we're going to just focus on this. And once you have that, most likely, now maybe right then and there, they're just ready. They already know they want to work with you. You don't have to go any further. It's moving right into a fee-based scenario. But a lot of times, that's not what happens. And so what you need to do is position from a place of giving real value to the client, that in fairness to them, the next step should be a fee-based consultation. Now, I forgot to tell you this part. Make this short and helpful, that initial consultation, selling the next step. And I'm emphasizing this because I have made this mistake early on in my career of going beyond this on an initial consultation, because what you really want to cover is the what and not the how. You're positioning as the expert. You're going to give them a couple of nuggets that could be helpful to them, and also displays your expertise in whatever the thing is that you're discussing. And that's when you then, to give the ultimate value to the client, you can literally say, in order to serve you at the highest level, here's the next step. The next step would be a fee-based consultation. You could also call it a VIP, a strategy, whatever you want to call it, but it's fee-based. Why is it fee-based? Because you're not going to just tell them how to do everything for free. So you plan a fee-based consultation. Again, depending on your fee structure, this could be anywhere from $500 to thousands of dollars, $5,000, whatever, wherever you're at in that trajectory of what your fees usually are, and how you work with your clients. Paid in advance for that paid consultation. You're not going to get paid afterwards. You're getting paid in advance, in full, before you deliver anything further. And in this consultation, you're going to take 60 to 90 minutes, get very specific, be very strategic. You're going to create a plan for whatever the thing was you were talking about. So you will tell the client, for your fee-based consultation, there's going to be some things you need from them, and you're going to determine how much time you need. Maybe you can get it ready in a week, something like that. I would recommend try to do that within a week, so that it stays fresh and they're excited about having this conversation with you. Book it right then, get paid in advance. And you're going to ask them to send you whatever you need. Maybe you need some of their metrics. Maybe you need to see their email sequence all at once, not opting in and waiting for it to arrive. You see their website, maybe you see the sales letter, maybe you see whatever else you're doing with them, whatever your specialty is. What do you need to be able to get the big picture of what it is they're trying to achieve, so that you can lay out a strategy for them? It's very specific. Now, if you're a copywriter, this could include telling them, I'll give you a couple of ideas for headlines. I'm going to give you some specific bullet points, because once they've paid you, give what they need and give it completely, right? And don't hold anything back in that 60 to 90 minutes, and tell them you're going to give them the recording afterwards. Maybe you're going to put together a little overview afterwards that you're going to send to them. So give them full value for what they paid you. Now, the next part of that paid consultation, or is that fee-based one, is a call to action. And so as you're moving through this should be what should be happening for the client, if you're doing this really effectively with them, is they're starting to get excited about this. They're starting to really get the big picture. They're starting to realize what's missing already in what they're doing or their marketing or whatever it is. And we're talking about copywriting, so we'll just keep it in that example. But again, this could apply across different niche markets. And so you can start asking some key questions as you go. You should be seeding, dropping your little seeds along the way as you're taking them along this path of what it could look like for them when they actually have this happen, when they implement. when they take that next step. So you're already building that desire for what you can do for them, right, with this. And so you could ask them some things along the way, like, what part do you like best about this plan? Don't just say, do you like the plan? Yes or no. You want them to start talking. You want to get in a conversation. You want to understand and get feedback from them about what else they might need. You could ask them that. Do you see anything, other aspects that you would like me to address today? If you know your stuff, you should be able to work spontaneously as well. It isn't all just like an outline. We don't want to have a death by keynote or something like that. You want to have a conversation with them, not bore them to death for 90 minutes. You can ask them, tell me what gets you excited about this strategy, or can you imagine what this might be like for you when this is implemented? Now that's a yes or no, okay, but what might this be like for you when this is implemented would be, now they're going to talk, right? Not just a yes or no. And you can also do these on a bigger scale in person. You could plan this as a VIP day. I've done these in the very, very substantial 5-figure investment paid in advance for them to come and meet with me. A lot of times I've done them over 2 days, like maybe 5 hours each day. We go to lunch, we go to dinner. They usually pay. We really get to know each other. And I'm giving them this complete strategy. And because you're working up to, now you're going to make your offer as you're going through this paid consultation. Now, here's a hint. If you've done a great job, if you've really delivered the value, if you're really opening their eyes to what's possible, they're probably going to ask you before you offer. This is what I've experienced over and over again in doing things like this. For me, it was a VIP day, as I mentioned. They came to me wherever I've done these in Mexico, Washington, D.C., Las Vegas, Arizona, all these different places that I've traveled where I've met up, where the client has come to me, and we've done these in person. But you can absolutely do these virtually, and it doesn't have to be a whole day. It could be like an hour and a half or something like that. If it's a whole day, obviously you're going to charge more. And so, but what often happens then is they're like, this is like amazing, I love this. And before you even can get to literally making an offer where you really have to spell it out, they're saying, how can we make this happen? What would be the next step? And so you should already know what that next step is. You should have gone into this knowing what that next step is and having that intention, setting the mindset completely dialed in, that you can see this just unfolding beautifully. Because now when you do that, you get paid again. Now, here's another hint for you with this, is that you can say the project would be this amount of dollars, X amount of dollars, but here's what I'll do for you. If you decide within the next 5 business days, I will apply your fee for this in full to your project fee. And you don't have to tell them that ahead of time. You can tell them right when you're doing that, and you get to adjust your fees. You get to decide what you charge. You're the boss of your own business. And so just build it out so it works for them, it works for you, everybody's happy, and they're getting full value. Because what I want you to remember is, do not give away your value. How did I even come up with this in the first place? Is because I did that. I made that mistake early on in my career. I had times where I got so excited about what was possible for them. And we were just having this great conversation, and the momentum was there and the energy was there. And I told them too many things. Or they'd say, well, can you just send over a little list of the stuff we talked about? And then what I realized quickly is that I was giving them a virtual grocery list of, here's what you need to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it'd be like, whoa, this is great. Okay, well, you know what? I think we're going to try this on our own. And then when we're ready, we'll get back to you, and I have had that happen. Maybe you've had that happen. And the sad part of this is that you might need some reminding every once in a while, because, when you're connecting with people, when you're having a good conversation, when the energy is there, and if you love marketing, and if you love seeing what can happen for people, and you see that potential just like crystal clear right before you of what could be possible for them, it's very, very easy to give too much right out of the gate. And I'm sorry, even though people can be very nice, they can also be like, well, thank you very much, I'll talk to you later. And you've just given them basically the keys to the kingdom. So you need to remember, you're not a commodity. You're not the hourly employee. You're not someone that is, I hope, getting paid by the word for marketing copy or things like that, you have project fees, you have retainers, you get paid in advance, you have a very muscular way that you've set up the whole economics of your business in this way, and you're not a commodity. And really, if you can approach it like they need you more than you need them, if you have that mentality, that gives a different vibe. You know how dogs can smell fear or desperation and horses can't, you can sense that. So can people, right? I had someone the other day who's an expert in this realm tell me that you can literally smell fear. And so, and I think we might add to that list. You can smell desperation, and maybe you've noticed that, not just perspiration, but desperation. And so, this is not the vibe you want to give off. It has to be completely confident, and you should always charge what you'll be fine with if you don't see another dime or dollar out of this. That if they do walk away with the plan that they paid for, you're okay because you charged enough that you're okay. You're not feeling like, well, I got taken advantage of, or I should have charged more. So give them that value right from the start. Know you're going to give them specific guidance and give them that plan. You might record it. I've done VIP days where I had those huge Post-it notes, oversized paper, stick it on the wall, and the whole room was filled with them at the end because I was just writing things out, and then I rolled them all up and gave them the scroll, so to speak. But they still paid me like $50,000 more to actually implement what we talked about, right? And so, if I was charging $25,000 for the VIP session over a couple of days, and I give them the whole plan, and then they say, what do we need to do next? What's the next step? Well, this next step is with their discount, so to speak. With that, you don't have to say that either, but if you did that, then you're adjusting accordingly. So, it might be another $40,000, $50,000 if they decide within that 5 days. So you end up building out more value because now you've actually started the legwork and the thinking about what it is that they need, and they are getting the value one way or another because you're giving them that strategic path, and you're putting the time and energy into determining what that best path is for your client that you're going to recommend. And you're getting paid to share that information and then getting paid again to actually implement and deliver. Because remember, you're the expert, right? You're not a commodity. You're not just somebody casual that maybe they know a little bit. You're getting paid for your expertise, claiming that position. You have to build that perimeter of power and go at it that way. Your mindset must 100% be that you own your value. Because if you don't, no one else will either. And again, I just want to remind you, it's real easy to slip and say, oh, they were telling me they want to do this and everything's looking really good. And I did this initial consultation, went a little longer because I could really see such a great vision for them. And they're saying, well, we're really sure we want to do this. We're absolutely sure. But here's the danger sign, okay? But could you just send over kind of an overview of what we've just talked about? Yeah, right. No, you only do that if they've paid you, okay? And also if they're not the decision maker. This is the other thing that you should be having this conversation with the person who's capable of making the decision, doesn't have to go and talk to 27 other people to see if it's going to be okay or not, right? So when you do all these things, guess what happens? You get paid twice for your expertise. You build out more value to your client. You position yourself from a place of being the expert. You get paid accordingly, and you need to charge your fees accordingly for this. Again, all these little tendrils of other topics, they're complete other conversations that we can be having. But I hope this helps you to see how you can get paid twice for your expertise. It'll leave you feeling a lot better about your exchange with that client. They will be feeling good about what they're getting. You won't ever feel like you've been taken advantage of or taken for a little ride from a tire kicker that managed to kind of smooth talk you into until you gave more information than you really should have and more of your expertise away for free. And so there's a difference between showing a little bit of what you can do, like what I hope is happening on the videos I do for you, that you see that I deliver value, that I care about you getting something that you can actually use, and that you get that little taste of that. And then a person can make a decision about, you know what, I would really like to work with this individual, because if that's what I'm getting in this complimentary aspect or this free aspect, your initial consultation, I can only imagine what's going to happen when I enter into the arena of paying for their services and really getting the full benefit of everything they've got. So that's what I have for you today. Again, my times for these are kind of all over the place right now just because of my own schedule, but commitment remains that I will be here tomorrow. And I hope you've gotten some value out of this. Please tell me in the comments that you're going to do this, or that you already are, or you hadn't thought of it and now you will, because this is how you will build your business more effectively and feel really, really good about what you're doing and what you're able to do for your clients and the money that you make doing it. Until then, this is Tina Lorenz. I'm going to talk to you again soon. But right now, it's bye for now. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.